This is Waco Tanks from Clout Gaming, here with some intermediate clashing.
Yeah, so today I want to just run through a number of different sort of famously difficult matchups. This one's going to be Royal Giant. In particular, it's a max RG. And you'll notice I don't have any max cards. I've got some level 12 cards, so I'm not super far behind, but I do want you to see what it's like to play against someone who has cards a level above yours. So first off, I would not recommend starting with RG in the back. When you put a big card in the back, it's like you're trying to build a really big push. All I had to do was cycle up to my hog so I could push the other lane. I'm a little greedy with this fireball. I probably should have just gone straight after them, not try to get tower damage, but it's okay. Now you'll see that my knight is tanking for those skellies, and the skellies are really doing so much damage. And then I had to Ice Spirit that to keep the minions from chewing my tower down. Maybe I didn't have to, but I like to be cautionary there. That could have been a little bit of over defense. Now he just does not have a way to stop my hog. I don't know, maybe he could have fireballed there, but I guess he wanted to cycle through to his Ice Wizard. You're going to see me surround his Ice Wizard here with the skeletons, and that's a really powerful play. It's a 1 elixir way to stop any wizard, is just surrounded with skeletons. Now, board's kind of clear. Again, my standard approach is DPS, buildings, more DPS, pepper in an Ice Spirit or a Fireball as you need, and you see it works great here. Pretty simple to stop an RG by itself. Now, the minions over the shoulder can be more difficult, but that's what the Ice Spirit was for. Here I throw in a hog, and he's just a little too late with his barbs. You know, that would have been a decent defensive push. But he really probably should not have played those archers. Ran him out of elixir and made him late for the barbs. I like that with the new meta, with the E-barb nerf, people are playing barbs more with RG. They're just squishier to fireball. They're slower, so they're easier to hit with the tower. And the other thing is that even though there are 4 of them, I don't think they don't hit as quickly, so it's not as terrible if 1 or 2 of them get on your tower for a little bit longer than you want. Here you're going to see, again, I did the DPS, building more DPS, but you saw that log. I pushed the RG to the side and not straight back. I don't want to push it back out of my tower's range. You saw that hog played defensively, just trying to lure the troops back. At this point, I'm really hoping to almost fireball out that tower, and the hogs are really just played as threats so that I can cycle back to fireball. Here we have another Royal Giant, so again, DPS, building, and then they're an Ice Spirit because the minions are getting rid of my knight. But more DPS, that's it. Wash, rinse, repeat. Throw in another hog. I know that he's going to block with barbs, and I just don't get that swing. It's kind of funny. So now I'm just cycling fireball, and that's going to give us the W here in another second or 2. This log is not particularly for damage, but it does serve the purpose of backing up the Royal Giant and making sure that he can't finish off my tower before I cycle back to that fireball. So that was a really enjoyable, solid win. So here I want to show you again sort of a strange Lavaloon deck, but it still qualifies as Lavaloon. You're going to see me start out with a bit of a weird defense against this goblin gang, and I don't necessarily recommend starting out with such a weird defense, but I didn't have my log and I didn't want to use my fireball. So you see me do this awkward sort of tank and spank by putting my knight out there as a target, and you know, it's functional. It goes at a negative elixir trade, but it works. Now I see the E-barbs coming, so I split my archers so each archer can deal with 1 E-barb, and then I want to lure the E-barbs in with my hog and my skellies. Hog actually gets a fair amount of work done over there on that right-hand tower. And I end up using the fireball there. I don't know if that's a good move or not. I think it was more just, this is not a horrible move, and I want to have something other than fireball in my hand at that point. Now this knight is kind of just doing nothing, so I make him into a counter push by throwing the hog behind. If you saw what was in his hand, really all he had to deal with that was a tornado, because his Lava Hound and Loon were pulled up, but he did a pretty good job. And the reason I think he did a good job with that tornado was because it protected his tower and his pump. Now, unfortunately for him, I got to log his Goblin Gang for a positive elixir trade, but aside from that, he did the best that he could with what he had. Now, I like when the Lava Hound comes out, I had my archers in my hand so I could just drop them in the back. Enough time to put the cannon out. And you really typically want to push the other lane, but that tower is so low that I couldn't resist. But it allowed me to cycle back to my archers and really saved me a bunch of damage. So I only got the death damage from the balloon there. And the cycling back to the archers was just crucial for that. So you want to make sure that you can get your archers to aggro to the balloon. That's crucial. If they aggro to the Lava Hound, it's not really helping them much. The other thing you saw there was I dropped some distraction troops so the lava pups didn't do full damage. Here's another. Now you see those skellies are just beautiful for defending against the E-barb. The knight, again protecting my archers, cycled back to my archers so that archers could really focus on the balloon. That's your key thing, and it's just like the old Jailoon meta. You want to make sure that you can focus on the balloon regardless of what's tanking for it. Here it's pretty straightforward, just pushing the other lane to make sure that he can't put forward a huge push in the last few seconds. Pretty standard defense, and it's going to be a W. So you see this one start with a outro of some battle. This was right after that last match. I won a magical chest, and I thought, I'll put this in the video too. And it finished off my crown chest and got a nice little tornado there. Yay! So you can see this is right after that last match, after the Lavaloon match. I'm playing against a Golem, and this was such a delightful match. I think I'm about 50-50 against Golem. I definitely don't fear Golem, but it's a nice matchup. So you see me start out by fireballing his pump. I think that's a pretty safe move. I doubt that if he was playing like 3 Muskie or a Horde, that it would come out and I wouldn't be able to answer it right away. You see him maybe jump the gun. You probably don't want to start with your Golem in the back until double elixir time, unless you've got a really good opening. So this is probably a misplay on his part. I make a really big push on the other lane. That's, when you've got a beatdown coming down one lane, oftentimes you want to push the other lane. Then I defend here with cannon, and you get to see the Ice Spirit archers take out his support. But what I did not figure for was his lumberjack coming in, and wow, he rages his golems. So you're going to see me say, well played. That I really legitimately meant well played there, even though you look at the towers, it kind of almost looks like a BM. I didn't mean to be BMing, but it was really clever how the lumberjack raged the golems. At this point, I'm confident playing against a big tank like Golem. I'm confident he can probably take a tower. So I'm really playing a 2-tower game here from the get-go. I'm lucky that the first tower, that big push on the right-hand side went so well, since he didn't really defend it very much. Now you see me fireball his king tower. That was intentional. I don't know if it was a good decision, but that was intentional because I was thinking, I'm for sure going to take out this right tower. I want to do as much damage as I can. Why would I not hit the king tower? Now you see his king is hitting my hog, and that probably, stopped a swing or two. So in hindsight, it might not have been the best idea, but I was thinking, I'm going to take out the right tower in a minute. Why not hit the king tower? you know, I had almost a minute left. I probably didn't need to use that log. That log would have probably been more useful over here on the left side, where you see his lumberjack golem combo wrecking me. So I'm immediately thinking, you know, I could have played the last 20-30 seconds or so a little bit differently. But Ice Spirit the lumberjack to slow him down, distract the baby dragon with the knight, and you're going to see me just sort of do a crazy push. And my goal is with this fireball here to kill the lumberjack on his side so that it doesn't rage his golem. You see, that works out for us. Baby dragon against my skelly is a really nice play by him, but we're going to have enough time to cycle back to the fireball and win this one.
Thanks for watching.